Oh,
Yep.
I'm on spotlight mode. Hi, everybody. Am I late? Is it? I just got out of my TARDIS and I should be on time.
You're on
Uh,
standard work time.
I want to start out by apologizing. I consider myself a pretty bright guy, and apparently I still haven't figured out that 3 hour difference between East Coast and West Coast. And if my TARDIS really worked, as Avi pointed out, I could have fixed it. But no, I screwed up. So I apologize. I'll start off by there. And what really makes me mad is I do a lot of these corporate things, and I've been looking forward to this one more than any of them because when I was learning about that network operators group, and what you guys do, I'm like, I can't get too nerdy for this group. I can't wait to do this show. And then when I realized that I was an hour, it's just a mess. So thank you for hanging in there and being with us tonight. First of all, let me say thank you to Kentik for having me. The after hours comedy show and social for after NANOG is the dream gig for any comedian. I know I've been talking to comics. Seinfeld's very jealous that I'm here. Jay Leno's a little bitter, but here I am. We put out the teaser, and so you might know a little bit about me. But if not, I'll just say that I used to be an engineer. I was a Silicon Valley chip designer. And if you know anything about engineers, they're the funniest of all the engineers, the chip designers, just known for their humor. All my punchlines are down at nanometers. That's how exact of a comic I am. Like I said, I don't think I can get too nerdy for this crowd. Second thing I want to notice is that I'm looking at everybody's backgrounds, and I don't know about you guys. I sense that you're like me in that you're nerdy, you're techie, and I've been enjoying this social distancing thing. I've been preparing for this my whole life. It seems perfectly natural to be 6 feet from everybody. It's really good to me. I'm very. My wife even says I'm thriving in this. I don't mind being kind of disconnected. I'm not disconnected from the world. Look, I'm connected to you guys. Couple of good things about it. I was very poor before I got married. Thank God my wife found me and realized I was good starting material and molded me into my husband. But I was not good at meeting girls. And in fact, one time a girl told me she wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. And I'm thinking, oh, great, now I'm inside. I'm just down to 6 feet. I'm actually better during the pandemic. Also, how nerdy I am when it comes to the pandemic. You know how they say you should wash your hands for 30 seconds or sing happy birthday? I did the mathematical calculation on that. The surface area of your hands versus the surface area of your bodies. If I should wash my hands for 30 seconds, a shower should take me over 4 hours. And that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I thought I'd share that. Let's get to my act. A couple of things why I was chosen. First of all, when you think, state-of-the-art internet, IPv6, network operators, you immediately think comedy. I know I do. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Secondly, at the time, I was the only comic who actually knew the difference between Pacific time and Eastern time, but I failed on that. Sorry about that. And thirdly, I am really one of the very few comics who works in PowerPoint. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not. I actually have slides. And the fourth reason I'm here is I'm the only comic who agreed to use the official Kentik PowerPoint template. So there you go. This is all their official colors. Because I'm that I like to conform. And I guess maybe that's another sign of my nerddom. But I do like to conform. So let's get to my slides. Oh, I got to find my clicker. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. There's my clicker. Hey, got to have your clicker. So there we go. Here's my background. Okay. I always feel when I talk to crowds like you guys that I need to prove my nerd cred. Like I got to prove that I could fit in. Oh, here we go. I'm going to go back to this because I want to show you guys. I invented this many years ago, but I think network operators more than anybody. I invented this, the binary high five. 101. That's the binary high five. I invented that. I want everybody to do the binary high five from now on. I want to see, someday the president give a binary high five to his crowd. I'll know I've made an impact on the world. But that's my background. I was an engineer in Silicon Valley. Then I was, I went on this show called Star Search, which was kind of the early version of America's Got Talent. I won that, won $100,000, started a startup company and lost all that. So that's gone. I've been on the Tonight Show, Larry King Live, but this is me. This was me at my very nerdiest. I could have been a network operator there. I feel like I look like one. I don't know why, but I think I could fit it. And this is how nerdy I was. My pants stopped right at the bottom of that photo right there. That was that's how high my pants were. Okay. If you're tucking in your nipples, your pants are too high. That's my point. That's how high my pants were. I had to undo my fly to shake hands with people. That's nerdy. I was a very nerdy person. And I'm not a geek. This was in my, I want to throw this in there in case anybody didn't see the teaser. I'll go through it quick. But this was the difference between a nerd and a geek, because everybody calls me, some people say I'm a geek, and I'm not a geek. And here's the difference. I have a Venn diagram. 3 things to be a nerd: smart, socially awkward, and obsessed. That's a nerd, okay? I've actually had big, long discussions with people about the difference in the nerd and the geek, and this is how I've broken it down. Geeks, I think, are really just smart and obsessed. Geeks go to conventions. They do cosplay. They get dressed up. They interact with other geeks. Not nerds. We don't go to conventions or conferences unless we're working IT support. That's the only reason we're in with humans. That's just the way it is. At the top there, if you're smart and socially awkward, you're a dork, and we all spend time in the dork regions. And if you're socially awkward and obsessed, you're a stalker. Okay? Just get that out of the way. That was in my teaser. What wasn't in my teaser is people always ask me, how the heck does somebody go from engineer to comedian? It is not your standard, career path. Okay? And I can use Venn diagrams to explain this. Okay? So here's what it was. I was in high school. I was good at 2 things. Really good at math, and I could solve problems. I loved puzzles and problems. And no guidance counselor looks at that and goes, you should be a comedian. That does not happen. It did never occur to me. So they said, go be an engineer. So I became an engineer. I got my master's degree, liked engineering, did it for a long time, burned out, cracked, and became a comedian. It can happen to any of you. Let me just tell you that. Now, if you're good with people, right, you have people skills and you're good at problem solving, you probably go into management, right? You get your MBA. It makes perfect sense. Over here, if you got a little OCD, everything has to be exactly right, and you have math skills, you're an accountant is what you are. That's an accountant, okay? You can't solve any problems, but you can identify them. That is an accountant, okay? Accountants will look right at you and go, this is not adding up. You are totally screwed. You have no chance. I can't help you, but you're on your own. That's an accountant. Over here, if you're into drinking and you have people skills, well, join our sales force, young man. Pull up a chair, join our meeting. Over here, if you're heartless and you have OCD, you're in human resources. If you're in HR, I apologize. Please don't report me, please. And if you're heartless and into drinking, you're a lawyer. That goes without saying, I think. And if you're all of those things, you are in fact a comedian. So there you go. That's how you get to be a comedian. So let's get back to this geek nerd thing, because you may wonder where you are. Am I a geek? Am I a nerd? I'm a really big nerd. I actually think in this group we have more people on the big nerd side, and I think you'll agree with me after we do this analysis. When it comes to phones, really you can tell where you fit by what you do every day, the products you choose, your habits. Like when it comes to phones, I think geeks are iPhone people, right? They're into the style, and they don't care about what's inside. It's how it looks, and look at how shiny it is. They'll go camp out at an Apple store. No nerd will camp out at an Apple store. I'll build my own superior phone before I ever camp out at somebody else's store. No, I can build a better phone. Nerds would like the Android. Get in there, change stuff, redefine all the variables, pop the tap, void the warranty, and then, claim that we never did. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I never took it apart out. And then big nerds have several of both all in their belt. That's how that works. We like to think we're Batman. We got the bat belt. That's what we got. When it comes to fitness, again, Apple products, so the iWatch. Nerds, the Fitbit, and big nerds, there's no fitness for big nerds. Come on. What do we need with nerds? What do we need with fitness? If our fingers are working, I'm in shape. Look, I can hit all the keys. I'm in perfect shape. Formal wear, there is a thing called geek chic, right? Geeks try to look cool. There's a coolness, Steve Jobs with a turtleneck. They're geeks, okay? Nerds, we're all about functionality. I love, personally, cargo pants. I like anything with storage, right? We love storage. Gotta have more storage. I always want more storage, even in my pants. And big nerds, cargo shorts. We don't even need the bottom of the pants. What good is that? And I defend my cargo pant wearing. My wife mortified that I wear cargo pants. I did a cargo pant analysis, okay? Here's why cargo pants are superior. That right there, that's a regular pair of pants. That much is functional, that's totally useless. You're wasting all of that space. Nothing good is happening in those part of the pants. That is a great pair of pants. Right? Look at those pants. That is a great pair of pants. Those are, you could carry your entire life. You could live out of those pants. You don't even need a home. You could just live out of your cargo pants. You could keep, get this, you love redundancy. You could keep an extra pair of pants in a pocket of those cargo pants. It doesn't get better than that. Transportation. When it comes to transportation, geeks against the Tesla. They're trying to show off, drive around in my Tesla. I'm shiny, and that's nerds. Functionality, right? It's what low, good gas mileage, slightly bigger than me. The smart car. Well, smart. It has smart in it. We like it. It's got smart in it. And big nerds. Your mom drives them around. Really big. That kid right there is worth $5 billion. He just sold a startup right there. That kid. That's female icon. When you think of a female icon when it comes to geeks, I think Hedy Lamarr. Everybody thinks she was just an actress, but no. Incredible nerd. Developer. Just incredibly bright. Geeks, no, totally. Nerds, we go Margaret Hamilton. Can you get better than that? NASA, scientist, superstar, and really big nerds, Alexa. They don't even want to be human, just AI. That's what they're going for. And male icon, I think Captain Kirk. If you're a geek, Captain Kirk is the ultimate male icon. Nerds, I don't know why, but apparently me. Don't ask me why. It makes nobody should have me as an icon, not even on their desktop. We do not want to even see that. And then really big nerds, just named this week, Avi. Avi, thank you. Avi, where does that picture taken of you? That is not a good, that
was from 2003. It's a purposely big nerdish picture.
That is a really big nerd. Yeah, you are a shadow of your former big nerdness of that.
NANOG community's been doing that, going up and down.
Anything that goes wrong helps me sometimes. I told this joke many years ago. When I was on stage at Rooster T. Feathers, which is a comedy club in the middle of Silicon Valley. And it's an old joke. I wrote it like 1992, but I'll tell you, I'll get to the point of this for a second. But the joke was this. And Adam walks into a bar, says to the bartender, give me a double. The bartender hands him the drink, goes, I'll put this on full mode so you can see my face because he says, give me a double. The bartender pours in the drink. He goes, you look terrible. What's your problem? The Adam says, I lost an electron today. And the bartender says, you sure? And the Adam says, I'm positive. See, it's a pretty good joke, okay? It's an old joke. I wrote it a long time ago. I told it for a long, but one night, this is one of my favorite nights in all of comedy. There's a guy sitting in the front row in Sunnyvale, California, who is both a chemist and he's drunk. And he starts to go, yeah, I swear, this is a true story. And he's like, that's not a physics joke. That's a chemistry joke. I'm a chemist. That's a chemistry. I'm getting technically heckled. It's an absolutely true story. So I said to the guy, and I could have never thought of this. I said, no, sir. You want to hear a chemistry joke? Here's a chemistry joke, okay? And I made it up on the spot. I said, same day, later that day, a catalyst walks in. The bouncer stops him and goes, hey, where are you going? He goes, you can't come in here. And the catalyst says, why not? He goes, well, last time you came in here, you started something. That is a chemistry joke. It's completely different. So interruptions never bother me. In fact, some of my greatest jokes have come through interruptions, so I'm glad you did that. Let's get back to my show now. I thought I'd do this section. Avi and I were talking about what to do, but I love math, and I talked about the fact that math. I talked about the fact that math is just why I became into engineering, and I still love math. And I figured out how to make math funny. And I don't know any other comic who makes math funny, and I love it. And I figured out how to do math with pictures and images. And it makes it a lot more fun. So here you go. It's pretty self-explanatory. You take, for example, eBay, and subtract out the internet, and now you have a garage sale. See how that works? It's the same junk. It's just on the internet, right? It's the same. You can bid a nickel on an eBay, okay? On the other hand, if you take eHarmony and you remove the internet, you get a pimp. That's what they're doing. Okay, that is what they're doing. That they are hooking up people and taking a percentage. That is totally a pimp. I'm sorry. They are nothing but e-pimps, in my opinion. Our next one, AARP. Ever wonder where store names come from? Watch this. AARP, the American Association of Retired Persons, plus the Department of Defense, and you get Old Navy. That's... Here's another one, because I love store names. Serta, the mattress people, plus Kohler, the faucet people, plus religion, and you get Bed Bath and Beyond. Like we didn't know there was something beyond the bed and the bath. Yes, there is, and we know it here at Bed Bath and Beyond. Wikipedia minus depends, and you get WikiLeaks. Of course, that makes perfect sense. That's the funniest WikiLeaks you'll ever get. Trust me. Watch, this one's just amazing. Miley Cyrus minus makeup, and you get Justin Bieber. That's incredible. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Look at that. I don't know that they're not the same person. I'm pretty sure they are the same person. I really do. Here's another makeup one. Larry King minus makeup, and you get Gollum. How about that one? Hey. Sorry, Larry. I feel bad, Larry.
Oof.
I feel bad for Gollum, actually, now that I think about it. Charles Manson plus Martin Sheen, and you get Charlie Sheen. Of course. Come on, that's obvious. That's obvious. Now, I'm not a political guy, so this is just about looks. Donald Trump plus the Muppets, and you get Alf. Remember Alf? That's the hairdo.
Yep.
That's every time I see the hair. Look at it, it is the exact same hair. I'm not even making that up. On the other, and just to be fair, by the way, you take Bernie Sanders and you add the Muppets, and you get that old heckling Muppet. Kind of balance it out. I'm trying to do both sides. I can never remember which is which now. I'm blanking. Again.
Okay.
I don't know. They're both the same. Then when you're that old, everybody looks the same, isn't it? Oh, I threw this one in here. I wasn't going to do this one here, but it's one of the nerdiest bits I have, because what other comic does a proof? I did a mathematical proof in my act, and I threw this in here. I don't like Facebook. I don't know how you feel about Facebook. They're not a partner, are they? I love Facebook.
I don't know. No.
Okay,
they are of the community, but not of Kentik, so you can.
Okay, good. I suddenly, as it was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be saying this.
So roast the cow.
I'm on Facebook, by the way, and because I have to be, because it's, I'm social media and comedy. I got to do it. But this is why Facebook drives. I proved to myself why Facebook drives me crazy. Actual mathematical proof. You take when you break it down. What is Facebook when you break it down? It's friends plus updates plus ads. That's all it is. Friends, updates, ads. Now, as you update more and more about stuff none of us cares about, I'm going for a walk. It's a beautiful day. Shut up. Too much foam in my latte. Sad face. Oh, God, I don't want to hear about your little minutia of your life anymore. It's driving you crazy. So what's happening? Your friends are dropping off because you're annoying them, which means your updates are meaningless, which means eventually Facebook is just ads, right? It's just a simple math proof. It just keep following. This is very mathematically logical. Now, what's an ad? When you buy an ad, you pay a certain amount of money. It runs for a certain length of time, right? So ads are time times money. We all know, at least in the business world, time is money. Therefore, Facebook is money times money, or in fact, money squared, right? Almost there.
Yep.
Since money is the root of all evil, therefore money squared is evil, therefore Facebook is evil. Thank you very much. I've just proven why Facebook is evil.
Oh my God. Without divide by zero. Wow.
Well, they will go on for infinity. You're absolutely right. They're undefined is probably more accurate. Let's see. What's next? Oh, I always like to write jokes for the groups that I talk to. And even with you guys, I did a little research. I went to the NANOG website, which I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, because I really loved some of the seminars and the breakout sessions and the talks that you guys had. I'm going to have fun with that later. But one of the other things I found out was that NANOG, it has its roots all the way back to 1987. It's roughly when the first NANOG meeting started happening. So I thought, look how much life has changed since you guys first started to meet. So I'm going to do it with pictures because I'm a simple man. So in 2020, that was in Amazon. I don't know if you knew this, but Amazon used to be a rainforest. Anybody know that? It used to be, you couldn't order from the rainforest and get something 2 days later. I don't know if people know what Amazon is. They have no idea. They really did. 2020, there's a cell phone. I mean, who doesn't have a cell? Everyone has a cell. You know what a cell phone was in 1987? That was a cell phone. Nobody wanted a cell phone the year you guys started meeting. 2020, there's your Facebook page. There's the Kentik Wait Facebook page. Thank you, Kentik. 1987, that was a Facebook. Very painful. You did not want a Facebook. Actually, that's what Facebook feels like to me. It feels like I get hit in the face every time I go on Facebook. 2020, there's a child seat. You know where I sat when I was a kid? In the back window of the car. That's where I sat as a kid. Anybody else? How did I survive? I have no idea how we survived. Social distancing, 6 feet. You know what? This is what social distancing was when I was in high school. Okay, that's the nerd table. That's the cool kids. They were 6 feet. That was social distancing. That's what we thought of social distancing. Maybe that is still true today. Cardiac stress test. Back in 87, you know what they did? They put you on a treadmill, hook you up, and measure your heart, right? You know what they do now? They hook you up, but then they turn on the news, either CNN or Fox. Doesn't matter. Either one. Either one. If you can take 10 minutes of the news, your heart is fine. Trust me. What's next? Oh, Wii. The Wii. My son and I play the Wii. So much better than the games we had when we were a kid. They were hard. You know what the Wii was in '87? Though? That was a Wii. Not as much fun. Nobody wanted to play with a Wii in 1987. Wasn't a good day if you were playing with Wii. And then finally, this is really how I got on this kick. USA Today, great source of charts and graphs. They asked people in this survey, what is the first thing you do when you get out of bed in the morning? And 34% of people said read email, 23% check weather, 20% post to social media, 17% read news, 6% check markets. If you ask the same question in 1987, the year NANOG first started meeting, what is the first thing you do when you get out of bed in the morning? 97% of people would say, I pee. Remember those days? Anybody remember the days when you had time to pee in the morning? No, we don't have time. We have too much to do. I don't have time to pee. I had to learn to hold it in this information age. 3% of people, by the way, would say, I changed the sheets because I peed in them. That was the other answer. Different world. Different world. That's my message. So this is where I get down to a little more of my research. I went down to the NANOG page, and I was reading through all the different talks. And one of the games I like to play, this really helps if you're in a really boring PowerPoint meeting and you don't know, you're just kind of losing interest. Always look at like the talk titles or the graphs and imagine where else they could apply to. So what I went, in this case, I went and looked at some of the session titles, and I went, what if I had knew nothing about NANOG and I just kind of wandered across the agenda and I looked at the different titles? What would I think was going on at this NANOG thing? NANOG, that sounds like some kind of weird milk product. Hey, give me some more of that Christmas NANOG. I mean, what is NANOG? The people have no idea what NANOG is. So the first one, starting a telephone company in 2009, or how I built my first fiber to my neighbors, to me sounds like the fiber is what caught me, is keeping the neighbors regular. How to keep the neighbors regular? Add some fiber. So that's how this bit works. Got it? Okay, we've established the algorithm. This sounded like an 80s sitcom to me. I don't know what's really good. 80s sitcom. Growing Up with NANOG. Oh, I love that show. That was a great show. Growing Up with NANOG. I'm not sure who was in that. Probably some young star. Oh, hackathon recap. Am I supposed to believe the results of a hackathon? Come on, that's ridiculous. If they're really good hackers, they didn't play fair. They cheated their way to victory. The hackathon recap. That's just it for me. That sounds like a weather conference. Lightning talks. Ooh. Followed several seconds later by thunder talks. depending on how far away it is, you can count. Ooh. Experiences multi-layer network modeling. Well, I just pictured it sounded like a fashion show. There's your network. There's your model. That was showing off. By the way, he's got 4 shirts on. He's multi-layered. It's hard to tell. AS Pathfinder. There is no rose without a thorn. Now, my wife was watching The Bachelor the other night. That sounds like The Bachelor to me. Will you be part of my network? Accept my rose. Yeah, okay, maybe not. And then finally, finding and profiling BGP serial hijackers. Sounds like an episode of Criminal Minds. Oh, I have one more. By the way. Serial hijackers. No, this is the last one. The day I broke all the treadmills. That sounds like a Weight Watchers meeting. I don't know about you guys, but I love that talk title, by the way. I would go to that talk. That's a great talk. I don't even know what that's about, but I would show up what I want to hear. All right, so that's it. Let's see what's next. We're problem solvers. How much time? How are we doing on time, by the way? I forgot to notice what time we're starting. Are we good, Avi?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. Because I wanted to do this bit, and then maybe I'll go to the movie thing when we're done here. Let me see. Yeah, no, I got a couple of things I want to do. Let's do this. Okay, I'll do the solving. I really appreciate what you guys do. First of all, the fact that the internet works at all is freaking amazing. Okay, what you guys and we so take for granted. I often look at my wife and my kid, and I just go, "You have no idea. I designed computers. You have no idea what you're holding in your hand. It's amazing, amazing thing." So we're always solving problems. Okay, we always, like, for example, my son. I have an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old. It's going to be 18 soon. I'm so worried about texting and driving. People want to text and drive, and we can't seem to fight it. So here's my idea. If you're going to text and drive, let's give the driver's test with a phone. if you want to text and drive, prove you can do it. So when you get in the car, they hand you your phone. Okay, post to Facebook and pull out of the traffic. Let's prove it to me that you can do it. Okay, here, take a selfie and try to parallel park. Let's see if you can do that. Then I'll give you a license. Okay. The other thing is people are texting and walking, right? We're walking around. We don't even know where we're doing. I came up with an idea called the textoscope, right? There's a camera on your head. As you're walking, it beams down so you can see what's in front of you while you're looking at your phone. I think that would save a lot of lives. That's what I'm saying, the textoscope. And it can warn you every now and then. Oh, we can put a little sensor on the top. Masks. Here we are in the age of masks. I looked at that. What is this man feeling? We can't read faces anymore, right? So what's his mood? Do you remember? Anybody remember the mood ring? Remember the mood ring? It's a long time ago. Why not? It would change color depending on your mood. Why not a mood mask? Here's the mood mask. It's yellow. Oh, that man's happy. He's yellow. Oh, that's so nice, right? It's a yellow happy face. If it's blue, oh, he's sad. Can I help you out? If it's red, run away from that person. They're clearly mad. Don't get near that person. Okay, if it's half black, half white, they're bipolar. Be very careful what you say. That's all I'm saying. If that's it, they're clearly on drugs. And if that's what their mask looks like, they're Scottish. I have no other explanation. I wanted to get to this thing because my whole goal today, we're so stressed with what we do. It's so important to laugh. I hope you're laughing today. That's why I'm here. Give you a little break from the stress of your job, the stress of the world, and hopefully you're laughing. You should laugh every day. So how can I inject some comedy in your future? How can I supply you with a laugh tomorrow or maybe next week or next month? And I came up with this tool, and for you guys and for the good folks at Kentik, I am calling it Kentik TRC, which is, of course, Kentik Time Release Comedy. It's a whole new technology. Just Kentik is going to release this version. And and here's how it works. I'm going to take words, and I'm going to attach jokes to those words. And next time you hear that word, hopefully you'll think of my joke, and you'll go, and people will go, why are you laughing? And there was nothing that I said fun. No, enterprise. And there's a laugh that you can share it. So time release comedy, that's how this works. So enterprise server, for example, to me, that is a waiter on Star Trek. See that's how this works. Okay, I'll get better, I promise. Virtual server, that of course is a waiter that you never see. Oh, we have a virtual server. I've been to many of those restaurants. We have a virtual server. SQL or SQL, that's the word sequel after a major vowel movement. That's sequel. All the vowels are gone. I just like vowel movement, I think.
Vowel movement, yeah.
NANOG, of course. The greetings from network operators on the planet Orc. NANOG. Stupid, eh? Stupid. That's all I could think of. Well, I could do this. SANOG, which is NANOG's arch enemy, the South American Network Operators Group. Actually, I looked this up, and it's actually a South Asian, but they wouldn't be your nemesis. So I like to try to say technically accurate, but that one, it was better that way. So SSL, secure socket layer. I know that. Secure socket layer, or the bone that keeps your eyeball from popping out. That's right there. That's my secure socket layer. Right there. My SSL. I have an SSL. Border gateway protocol. That's when I thought about it a lot. And I just said, see immigration. I'm not a political guy, so I'm not going any further than that. That's all. Sounds like an immigration problem to me. I'm staying away from it. XML, extensible markup language, or extra medium large. The newly discovered size is medium and large. It's XML. I'm an XML now. That's extra medium large. Chief Information Officer. There's probably some of those out there. I'm just guessing. Chief Information Officer. This is too true, by the way. That is a person who's responsible for all the information, but actually knows none of it. None of it. Zero. Voice over IP. My favorite term, only because they don't say VoIP. They always say voice over IP. Voice over IP, which to me, voice over IP sounds like talking on the cell phone while in your bathroom. Voice over IP. You got to picture it. You got to picture some guy, Bluetooth headset, standing at a urinal. Hey, Bob, how you doing? No, I'm free to talk. No, you're not. You're peeing. Get off the phone. Come on. No, let me conference in Charlie. He's right next to me. No, don't have a conference call in the bathroom. Waterfall. What waterfall? I don't know what you're talking about. IP address, which of course is the location of your bathroom. That's your IP address. I don't normally use that joke, but for you guys, I got to pull that joke out. That's one that will hit with this group. Next time you see the word IP address, you will laugh. I promise. Data compression. I'm a nerd. There's data, so that would be data compression. Okay. I just like that feature in PowerPoint. Why would you ever need that? But you can do it in PowerPoint. ASCII, an old term, but my favorite ASCII. That's what you use to start your donkey. That's you have to picture an ass and a key and okay. I got a lot of grief for this joke because it's such an old term. So I had to have an updated. So I went to C++, which is of course the highest grade ever received by an IT person in an English class. That's C++. If you could write it in code, we would. 7-layer dip, of course, is the network operator's favorite bean side dish. See, 7-layer dip. By the way, that security layer really tough to get through. Okay. MP3. That is 3 o'clock in the afternoon to a dyslexic. That's a hard joke. I have to give people a little time to get. And if you're dyslexic, I apologize. I'm sorry. If you're dyslexic, don't report me to the ADN, which is the National Association of Dyslexics, which is a triple twist on that joke. So, and then finally, big data. Everybody's talking about analytics. Big data is the hot. Big data. That's Avi Friedman's rapper name. He's big data. He'll be releasing his new album very shortly. All right. I'm gonna see. I got one more bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go to this. You know what? I'm gonna do this bit only because. No, that wasn't it. Wait a minute. This is Avi. I didn't show you this bit, but you're gonna like it. Trust me.
Okay, awesome.
This is just one slide, but it really hits home with IT folks and engineers because people think we don't have emotions. They really do. They think engineer, oh, you're emotional. No, we have emotions. You just have to look carefully, okay? So I came up with a set of emojis just for us. So that one right there, that's an emoji. That's happy. Trust me, I'm happy right there. That's me. I'm thrilled. Okay. That's sad. That's mad. Amused. This is a feature, by the way. This is you have to confused, disgust, surprised, joy, and that one right there. That is the project is finished. That is accurate. I just wanted to throw that one in there. All right, I'm going to go to this last thing now. Okay, there we go. Any questions, by the way? I have one more bit. Any questions before I wrap it up? You guys have been very fun, by the way. No? No? Okay. But somebody I just saw in the chat room said they have a tartan mask. Way to go. Binary high five. 101. 101. Okay, this is an idea I had. One of the great things about you guys, really making the world accessible to all of this is I get to learn so much about a group before I get there. And so I went to the NANOG website, and then I went to the Kentik website, and then I searched around some names, and I found pictures. What can I say? I found pictures of some of the people that I thought might be on this call or were at Kentik that I've been dealing with. And I asked myself, what if we made a movie about Kentik NANOG 80s? What if something happened in this call that changed the world and someday they went back and made a movie? Who would play who in the movie of NANOG 80 Kentik, the movie? So I found some photos. So Dave, is Dave on the call right now? Is Dave? Do we know if Dave's? By the way this works.
Everyone knows him, but he's not on the call.
Okay, he's not on the call. Here's how this works, by the way. When I see a picture of somebody, sometimes I immediately go, oh, that's this person. And that's how I start out. I go with the easy ones first. So when I saw Dave, I immediately went, it is totally Kevin James. He looks like Kevin James. So he's identical. He could be he could have Kevin James's career. We'll knock off Kevin James and replace him. Nobody will know the difference. Martin, there could be nobody to play Martin but Larry David. He's totally Larry David. Now, Bill Norton, I realized, is he any relation to Peter Norton? That was my first question. Because they actually could be, are they brother? Are they related at all, Avi? Do we know?
I don't think they are. No.
Okay, but look at that. They could be. Bill's getting ripped off. Peter's taking his gig. But he's not an actor. So instead, I got Stephen Root from Office Space. I told him. I love Stephen Root in Office Space. He was fantastic. John Kern. Well, we need a director, so Francis Ford Coppola. George Lucas, rather. John Kern. Or Francis. Now that I think about it, it could be Francis Ford Coppola. Could be either one. It's the same one. Bill Woodcock. Bill, it totally, to me, it looks like Steve Buscemi. That was an easy one. Dan, I had to think a while on Dan. It was hard, and then I realized it's a character, but it's a real. I thought it was Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. You just got to throw that on there, and then look, he'd be Ant-Man. I think that's perfect. Rodney Jaffe. I thought looked a lot like Richard Dreyfuss. If you look at that, yeah. Or we could do Jack Nicholson if you throw the glasses on. I think I like Jack Nicholson as him better. Richard, if you want a job in Hollywood, come out. I'll get you work, man. You will work in every movie out there. You have such a classic look. So firstly, I thought Bruce Willis. Look at that. Yeah. And don't get too cocky because I didn't go with Bruce Willis. I thought, well, that's too serious. We need to. So I actually got Dr. Evil. I think Dr. Evil would you get the hand in. Oh, 1 million. Justin, you have a clap. Well, first I thought Liev Schreiber. I don't know if you, but doesn't he look like Liev Schreiber? And then I went, well, or if you really use your imagination, we could go with Johnny Depp. You gotta throw that on there.
Tis coronavirus due there.
Yeah, I like that. That's right. That's what it looks like since March. Oh, look what's happened to Justin. And then Todd could be Michael Chiklis. And then I realized, oh my God, it could be Richard. Richard could play Todd, or Todd could play. It could be brothers. And then finally, Avi. I thought about Avi a long time, and then I had a lot of really funny ideas, and I realized Avi's actually in charge of paying me. So playing Avi will be his exact double, George Clooney. I can't tell the difference between them, frankly. So. And with that, I'll wrap up my show. I want to again apologize for being late, but I hope you enjoyed the show. And you got some laughs, and feel free to share whatever you learned with us. Pass the laughs around. We all need to laugh in this time. I want to thank Kentik for having me, NANOG for connecting us all through the world, and thank you for all you do. And that's it for me. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. People in the chat like your card and the joke.
Thank you.